The truth is not hate speech. That is what we have to understand. The truth is not hate speech. And lately I've been talking about RFK Jr., obviously a Democrat, but not your typical modern day Democrat. He is somebody that is speaking a tremendous amount of truth, and he's being marginalized, and he is being cut off by the Democrat Party and not promoted enough on the Republican side to expose the fraud that's going on in our society. Truth is the absolute enemy, the kryptonite of the people that are coming after us, coming after our liberty, our constitutional protections, and our country as a whole, because this country has to fall if the 2030 agenda is going to happen, if the World Economic Forum gets what they want, if the environmentalists' extremism that movement gets what it wants, we have to go down. So the truth cannot be spoken. So what does that mean? It means you have to speak the truth everywhere, all the time. You cannot be afraid to talk about the truth. You cannot be afraid, no matter where you're at, by the way, folks. I don't care where you are. You have to do everything you can to defend the truth. Right? Now, Christians out there, you specifically know what you're supposed to do. And if you don't, then you need to find a different church. Okay? If your church isn't talking about truth and your church isn't telling you the same thing, and your leaders in your Christian world are not promoting the truth and telling you to go out and speak it and defend it, okay, then you need to find a different church. All right? We are at war. And it sounds crazy to say, because who are we against? Well, it's not just a physical war, meaning you don't see people marching around yet with guns and you're having to defend yourself on your property with weapons. At least not yet, thank God. This war is a war of ideology. It's a war of the mind. It's a war of your soul, okay? It is about the destruction of the truth, which means it's about destruction of God. And Christians, you must stand up and defend those around you when you see someone around you speaking the truth. I don't care if you're at work. I don't care if you're at a grocery store. If you hear somebody speaking the truth and you see them being chastised, marginalized, and in some cases abused, mentally or physically threatened, you must stand up with them. Have to. The enemy wants you intimidated. The enemy wants you to be afraid. And God tells us, fear nothing on this planet except him. Nothing. Right? So this message is for everybody, but for Christians specifically, you know you have a job to do. And you must stand up. Because if you don't, we're in a whole lot of trouble. We think it's bad now. It's going to be considerably worse quickly. And with the 24 election coming, they're going to see a lot of movement from the enemy. See what they're doing with Trump. I mean, Truth Social, think about the word truth. I've been saying the truth is not hate speech for well over a decade. You see it all over the place. If you watch my stuff, it's the truth is not hate speech. And it's not. Okay? And we must start speaking it everywhere and as much as possible. Okay, folks? So please, it's time. Everything's at stake. God bless. We'll see you soon.